Good morning, class. This is Dr. Willis. I wanted to take a time real quick to update you on a few things in Module 3. But first, hopefully you're having a good week. We're really blazing through the course right about now, already halfway through Module 3. And you're all doing very well. I don't think we have many people that have missed any assignments, or any due dates for that matter. So I'm really enjoying the group. I'm really loving what I'm seeing in the discussion board. The feedback you give each other has been phenomenal, and this really, it helps to create that classroom feel, from the announcement section with the videos to the discussion feedback. Whenever you have assignments there, you all are doing a great job, and you really should be proud of yourselves for the efforts and results you've gotten so far. So I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. If you were wondering, most people always wonder, well, what is the teacher really thinking about our progress? But I'm really enjoying it, so please keep up those efforts. Now, Module 3. In Module 3, we have a discussion board and we have a Milestones 2 paper. Now, in the discussion board, you're really kind of prepping for the research process with that Module 3 discussion board assignment. So it's all about self-assessment. So you're going to the web to search for different sites that have some type of self-assessment tool. You're going to find at least two, and you're going to write a few details about those in the discussion board. Of course, that initial post is due tonight by 11:59 p.m. So let's work hard to get that in on time. Be sure to respond to at least 2 peers. Now, when you respond, this is critical. I'm going to get a little closer. This is critical. Please follow the response instructions. You have to. I do believe this week is going to ask you to really look into at least one of the sites of your peers and kind of write some things about it. Write some questions you may have and elaborate on those. So please don't just have a generic response to your peers. Make sure you follow those instructions, because as you've seen, if you haven't followed the instructions, I haven't given you full credit, and I want you to earn full credit for these assignments. So in stating that, your responses are due on Sunday by 11:59 p.m. Now, the milestones paper. This is the big assignment for the week. And as we've stated, it's all about self-assessment. You're going to look at 4 different areas: intrinsic motivation, self-efficacy, time management, and academic preparation. And I actually have a paper right here, a little cheat sheet, just to make sure I don't miss anything. Now, on intrinsic motivation, you're talking about how will you maintain your level of motivation to make it through graduate school, and how will you keep big picture goals in mind? How will you manage stress? What reminders or habits can you employ? So for me, people always ask, well, how did you make it through your PhD program? What kept you motivated? What kept you grinding? For me, it was largely family. It was family, my wife, my kids. I knew if I was going to make it to that next level in my career to support my family, I was going to have to grind through that program no matter what. So my end goal had to trump any stress, any emotions, any heartache that may have came in that program. I had to keep the big picture in mind, and I had to develop almost a little edge and a chip on my shoulder to say, no matter what happens, I'm not going to let my emotions override the final goal. So you have to have something there. I call it a why. You have to have a reason, a solid reason for wanting to obtain that degree, because that why is what holds you. That why will keep you in even when you're crying, even when the kids are all over the place, even if you get a little ill. That why has to be strong enough to make sure you maintain your sanity and your work ethic as you go through the program. Self-efficacy is about stress management. How are you going to manage when you feel frustrated? What are some coping mechanisms that you have? For me, I like to get up at 3:30 every morning and go to the gym. That's not necessarily my stress coping time, but from 3:30 to 4:15 is my reading time. It's my personal reading time. Well, I can read any book that I want. That's how I manage stress. That relieves my stress. Whatever you do that's going to get you through frustration, talk about that in that section and elaborate. Next is time management. What challenges might you encounter related to time management? So if you have kids, if you have a full-time job, if you have a busy life, this is where you want to discuss that in detail. Talk about those challenges and how you're going to cope with those challenges. And lastly, academic preparation. What sort of challenges do you think you anticipate regarding coursework? And this is specific academic challenges, right? Reading comprehension, writing, research skills. What are your challenges that you really have to work on in order to do well in the program? So if you're a bad writer, if you don't comprehend that well, talk about that. Talk about those areas that you need to work on, and really make sure you elaborate in each section. This is graduate school. We really want a solid paper with solid wording and phrases. Remember, this is graduate school. You should be writing at a graduate level. And that paper is going to be due Sunday by 11:59 p.m. Okay, this is a little bit longer than a general Wednesday update, and I do apologize, but please, I hope you watched it in its entirety. All right, if you have any questions, concerns, please reach out to me via email, and I'll get right back to you. All right, y'all have an outstanding day. All right.